India's power grid is under a lot of pressure, adding thousands of megawatts every single year. We have a booming economy, massive manufacturing push, and an urban population that is only growing. How do we power this growth smartly, especially when it comes to clean energy? The solution might not be a massive power plant on the horizon. It might be something far simpler, something just above us. This is the story of Rooftop Solar and how it could transform the way India powers her future.
Tata Power. Sustainable is attainable.
When we think about solar power, we often imagine massive fields of panels, gigantic government projects, and billion-dollar infrastructure. But what's even more interesting is actually what's happening right here on rooftops. In neighborhoods just like yours, the shift to rooftop solar panels is about energy independence, lower bills, and more control over how we power our lives. Let's break it down. This is a rooftop solar system, and here's what it actually does. When sunlight hits these panels, they generate direct current. But our homes use alternating current. So the inverter steps in to convert the electricity from DC to AC. Now that power flows directly into your home to run everything from your lights to your refrigerator. And if you're generating more than what you need, the extra power goes right back into the grid, helping to keep your area powered and your bills low. But the question still lies. What's the real potential of rooftop solar in transforming India's future? And can it actually be the solution we all need?
In 2010, when our national solar mission began, we had less than 20 megawatts of solar. Today, we have more than 1 lakh megawatts of solar. Historically, power was generated far away somewhere and was transmitted using long lines, and then we consume it. Rooftop solar democratizes the story. It brings the solar installation closer to where the energy is going to be consumed. We therefore have lower losses when it comes to the transmission losses. You have the ability to sell that power back into the grid. Putting all of these different elements together, then we see that rooftop solar is not just a form of solar. It's a disruptor in the design of the electricity system.
So we get the why. But there's more to the story still. Like, for example, how accessible is rooftop solar really? And who's leading the charge to make it affordable? Now that is where companies like Tata Power come in, solving the country's energy crisis one rooftop at a time. This is Jodhpur, blazing hot, brilliantly blue, and naturally built for solar. And to tap into this potential, Tata Power launched Ghar Solar, a consumer connect initiative that brings solar solutions directly to people's homes. It's outreach that's personal and local. Today, I'm meeting one such resident whose family made the switch and brought both sustainability and savings home. तो सर, सबसे पहले थैंक यू सो मच. आपका इतना ब्यूटीफुल घर है और थैंक यू फॉर हैविंग अस हमसे बात करने के लिए. बहुत सारे लोग सोलर पैनल्स, रूफटॉप पैनल्स के बारे में बात करते हैं और वो डिसीजन लेना चाहते हैं कि मैं करूं कि ना करूं. किस मतलब रिसर्च के बाद आपने डिसीजन ली कि आप सोलर पैनल्स लगाना चाहते हैं अपने छत पे?
जोधपुर सबसे गर्म प्रदेश है जी. राजस्थान का वो एरिया है जहाँ टेम्परेचर अमूमन 45 प्लस 48 तक रहता है. तो इस गर्मी के अंदर 3 पीढ़ी परिवार की साथ रहती है और लिविंग कंडीशन के लिए ज़रूरी है मिनिमम 2 AC का उपयोग किया जाए. कम पैसे के अंदर बढ़िया रिजल्ट क्या रह सके. 4-5 वेंडर से अलग अलग कंपनी की बात हुई और उसके बाद निकल के ये आया कि टाटा कंपनी ऐसी है जो सारा प्रोडक्ट एक साथ और एक ही ब्रांड नेम के नीचे, एक ही सील के नीचे प्रोवाइड करवाती है. 25 ईयर का इनका गारंटी पीरियड है. इस महीने मैं गर्व के साथ कहना चाहूँगा कि मेरा बिल नेगेटिव में है. फुल नेगेटिव में. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का मैं अब तक कंज्यूमर था, अब मैं आज की तारीख में एक्सपोर्टर हूँ
जी. तो आपके घर में जब सोलर लगा और आप इतने हैप्पी कस्टमर हैं, तो ऐसा हुआ है कि आपको देखकर काफ़ी लोगों ने भी लगाया है?
सर, अब तक जो मेरे संपर्क के लोग हैं उनमें से 5वीं जगह आज ही इन्होंने इंस्टॉल करना प्रारंभ किया है।
For the Joshis, the math just made sense. And with Tata Power making solar simple and affordable, the switch felt easy. It also helps that the entire initiative is part of the PM Surya Ghar Yojana, a national push to bring rooftop solar to more and more Indian homes. So what started as a government vision is now reaching people right where they live.
PM Surya Ghar Yojana is aiming to have 10 million, 1 crore homes with rooftop solar. Already about 11 lakh homes this has been deployed. Overall, if you think about it, that one program could deploy about 25 to 30,000 megawatts of solar power. That is more than, say, all of Africa has deployed in the last decade in terms of renewable energy capacity. So we have to recognize also the scale of what we are attempting.
And with that, now let's meet the Tata Power team and see how they're bringing this initiative to life. तो सर, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर चैटिंग विद अस। हम करेक्ट लोकेशन पे पहुंच चुके हैं क्योंकि हमारे साथ ही यहाँ पे आपके इंस्टॉल्ड सोलर पैनल्स हैं। तो मुझे थोड़ा बताइए पहले घर घर सोलर के बारे में।
ये घर घर सोलर योजना जो है प्रधानमंत्री सूर्यघर मुफ्त बिजली योजना है
जी,
जिसमें हम लोग प्रमोट कर रहे हैं घर घर सोलर, हर घर सोलर। गवर्नमेंट जो सब्सिडी दे रही है हर घर पर 78,000।
पहले तो लोगों को डर लगता था क्योंकि कहते थे भाई लगा तो दिया लेकिन मेंटेनेंस कौन करेगा, खराब हो जाएगा, बत्ती चली जाएगी। वो सोच किस तरीके से बदल रही है?
ठीक ऐसा है कि हमने लोगों को अवेयर भी किया कि इसकी मेंटेनेंस के रिगार्डिंग।
जी,
जब हमारी टीम जाती है इंस्टॉलेशन करने तो इंस्टॉलेशन के साथ साथ उनको सर्विस सपोर्ट भी देती है। इट्स ईज ऑफ ऑपरेशन। आपको सिर्फ क्लीनिंग करना है।
बिल्कुल।
क्लीनिंग में भी कैसे करना है, या तो आफ्टर सनसेट और बिफोर सनराइज।
बिल्कुल। मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि मान लीजिए अब मैं भी सोच रहा हूँ कि मुझे अपने घर में सोलर पैनल्स इंस्टॉल करने हैं, तो व्हाट्स द बेस्ट वे टू डू इट?
You can put your inquiry on the Tata Power portal. After that, they will suggest कि how much amount of solar customer को कितना required है, या आपको कितना required है.
Right. Well, thank you for all your great work, sir. Lovely chatting with you, and congratulations on such a lovely setup.
Thank you.
One family's decision to harness the sun's energy is making a massive difference in their life. They have lower bills, constant clean power, and a ripple of change spreading across their neighborhood. But this isn't just about one home. It is part of a much larger shift unfolding across India's rooftops. From residential colonies to massive factories, office buildings, and industrial parks. Solar isn't just lighting up homes, it's powering a nationwide transformation. India's biggest factories are making a massive shift too. The commercial and industrial rooftop solar sector is powering India's energy shift. Today I am here at Nimirana, an industrial hub in Rajasthan, quietly generating power from above. You see, behind me at this massive Daikin factory, something pretty remarkable is happening. The solar panels installed by Tata Power are doing more than just fueling machines. They are changing how manufacturing is powered here. And to know more, let's head inside. Come on. You see, these days, sustainability is not just about ticking boxes. It is about making real, long-term changes, and big companies like Daikin are stepping up, not just to cut costs, but to seriously commit to their sustainability goals and therefore to set an example for others to follow. And to find out so much more about this, I am here to meet Mr. Sudhip Bhattacharya, Senior Vice President and Group Head of Daikin Air Conditioning. We're here at this massive factory full of questions, so let's explore. And now I'm so happy because we found the man at the moment, Sudhip. I know you're busy, you were working constantly, but what a beautiful setup you have here at Daikin. And I'm so happy we can get to chat. And I wanted to start from the beginning. on just what led Daikin to go solar,
We have committed ourselves to various sorts of targets of carbon emission. This factory, in 2019, we decided that by 2025, we will cut our carbon emissions by 30%.
okay,
And by 2030, this factory will be completely carbon neutral in scope 1 and scope 2 emissions. 2025 targets have already been achieved. Now our target is 2030.
isn't that amazing? By 2030, hopefully a factory the size of this will be carbon neutral due to using solar.
Absolutely.
So what made you turn to solar power and why Tata Power Solar? As a partner, because there's so many decisions, micro and big, that need to go into it.
When a matter of such a large magnitude, which has got such a big impact on our business, we can only go for a supplier and a customer relationship.
I completely agree. You know, when it comes to Tata, it's just a stamp of approval for me also on everything. But here comes the important question. What were the challenges that Tata Power Solar and Daikin faced?
They first of all very, very thoroughly examined our existing structure, whether the structure can really take the load.
Right.
And then comes the employee safety. All these panels on the rooftop, which is about 16 meters high,
Okay.
it requires extremely high level of safety standards to be implemented there so that people can work safely there.
Plus, ever-changing weather conditions, wind factor, and so much more.
Absolutely.
Economically, how is that affecting you all in terms of electricity bill, usage, expenditures, etc.?
The power plant that we have installed here, 3 megawatt, and that's equivalent to about between 30 to 35 lakhs of units of power saving in a year. That's about a quarter of our energy consumption as of now.
My God, that's massive.
Yes, that is a quarter.
Okay.
And in the future, we plan to expand this footprint of 3 megawatt into a 6 megawatt, and we would like to change our energy consumption from this 1/4 of renewable energy into about 45 to 50%.
That's fantastic. Sudeep, it was just wonderful chatting with you, and thank you so much for answering all our queries and questions. And now I'd love to just take a little walk around, understanding the happenings and the workings of this wonderful plant.
Please. This is a real-time depiction of the total power consumption as of now in the plants. You can see these numbers are changing. It's called SCADA. Right now, the solar power generation is about 1,100 kilowatt, whereas the plant 1 and plant 2 requirements taken together is about 4,000 kVA, which is nearly about a quarter of the energy right now. So this is a situation, this is a real time.
So that's just going to keep rising as time goes by, and by 2030, it'll be a way bigger number.
Absolutely.
Right.
Rooftop Solar is powering everything around me right now. But how does it all come together? I am now going to meet the person who made this possible and to also understand how these projects are actually installed.
Vikrant, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good to see you.
Good, I can.
I've got so many questions for you, because basically what happens is I met the other side, which is the Daikin side, and now I'm meeting you from Tata Power Solar. What were the challenges or the benefits of setting up solar panels here at the Daikin factory?
I mean, there have been lots of initiatives which had been taken from safety point of view. So from the perspective of the safety of the shed, we have taken lots of initiatives, like we have put up walkways over it so that nobody puts their feet on the roof and ends up wearing and tearing the roof.
Amazing, because they're going to be working on these solar panels constantly, so these walkways are imperative.
Yes. Usually in a traditional rooftop, there is a skylight, which is a very fragile polycarbonate sheet. Usually the length of those skylights are 2 meters, but in this case, there were 12 skylights of 55 meters.
Right.
These are few of the safety initiatives we have taken on the system.
The plant's prefabricated roof wasn't just strong, it was perfect. Tata Power ensured storms, high winds, nothing affected installation, because this isn't just a roof, it is a blueprint for sustainable manufacturing and a partnership built on trust, precision, and a whole lot of sunlight.
Tata Power. Sustainable is attainable. Tata Power. Sustainable is attainable.
So this is Ranjangaon, about 50 kilometers outside of Pune, and it's where Fiat India manufactures some of its most iconic vehicles. But today, I'm not here to talk about their cars. I'm here to see what's harnessing the power of the sun. Because above this massive auto plant sits one of Tata Power's most ambitious rooftop solar installations. And this installation is part of their expanding commercial and industrial or C&I segment. It is a project with scale, complexity, and a clear message. Clean energy isn't just meant for showrooms. It belongs and starts on the factory floor. This project isn't a small experiment. It is a full-scale solar setup that quietly supplies nearly a third of the power this facility needs, which means lower emissions, reduced energy cost, and a cleaner car starting right from where it's built. So now let's go meet Mr. Rajesh Khatri, President and CEO of Fiat India, the man driving this transformation, and learn from him why solar energy is now central to how they build their cars.
Yeah, hi, Cyrus.
Hello, Mr. Khatri. Lovely meeting you.
Hi, nice meeting.
Thank you so much. Thanks for giving us your time. Please. Thank you. So before we talk a little bit about the incredible work and how, so you all are affiliated with Tata Power Solar. I wanted to talk a little bit about sustainability and the culture built around it.
Good amount of this culture comes in from the partners culture because that gets imbibed over here. At the same time, I would say it is credit to the whole team here of having executed it and brought it to this level. We are committed towards the RE100 principles.
Automobile manufacturing plant, huge amounts of power are needed. So what made you turn to solar power and why Tata Power Solar?
There were many benefits that we saw in Tata Power. First of all, this project was very, very tight on the schedule. We wanted to do it very, very quickly.
Okay.
Within 3 months, I think this entire project was installed. We zeroed down on Tata Power primarily because of 2 C's. I thought it was a high credibility which they brought on the table, and of course the high capability that they brought on the table. Happy to say that the performance of the entire setup is impeccable. Green energy is not only about scale, it's doable at the industrial level. And for any industry, I would say cost is one of the primary criteria for being competitive. From that front, as well as from the environmental objectives that we carry. And that's the reason why we would have gone in for the rooftop solar.
I'm curious to know how has using a certain percentage of running everything on solar power affected cost? So could you give us a few numbers in terms of just economically how these choices have helped?
In a manufacturing organization like ours, a significant portion of our cost, almost around 25 to 30%, depending on the location, is coming out of the energy cost.
Okay.
Right? And in that, we have achieved almost around 6.5% reduction through the rooftop solar. You will be amazed to know that we are saving almost around 14,000 units every year.
With that, I'm curious to know what are your future plans in terms of sustainability over, say, the next 5 years and even 10 years?
We have targeted for ourselves that we will achieve RE100 by 2027.
That's not too far.
Yeah. So currently we are at 29%.
Right.
And, very recently, about 2 months back, we signed a group captive power consumption or agreement through open access, again with Tata Power.
I wish you all the best, and I'm so happy that these are the targets you have, sir. And thank you so much for having us here. And it's been a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you, Mr. Khatri. Thank you. I'm gearing up with all these harnesses, but what for? Let's find out. We're up here on the rooftop of the Fiat factory. With a capacity of about 15 megawatts peak, it is part of Fiat's larger goal to one day power 100% of its operations with renewable energy. To understand this and so much more, I'm meeting Mr. Kishan from Tata Power Solar, the man who knows exactly how these panels feed energy into this incredible plant. We've got a lot of questions and I know he has the answer to them all. So what a place to meet. We're both harnessed in and we're both at the rooftop looking at your great creation over here behind you. So how did you plan to design all this, keeping in mind that the demands are so high?
We have to conduct many analysis. First of all, the roof structure analysis, shadow analysis. We have to study the load patterns of how the consumption is taking place night. And that is to be studied throughout the year. And then based on all these things, we have to design the layout.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
What all has been truly achieved here. If you look very closely here at where I'm standing, we've got these little channels to walk, right?
Yeah.
Next to it, I feel there are these water dispensers or...
So this is yours for cleaning purpose.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you put it on and then the water because dust, ever-changing weather patterns and whatnot is the stuff that you guys are dealing with. What I absolutely love about Tata Power Solar is the fact that after installation, the maintenance is handled by you guys. There's constant checkups.
Correct. So Cyrus, in this particular plant, there are more than 4,000 panels and all the panels are very much critical to maintain the generation what we have committed.
Right.
Apart from it, we are monitoring the performance of these panels through an online software,
Right.
which gives the output that how the output is changing. And mind you that these panels are to be maintained for 25 years. Through this online software, we maintain this plant, and if anything is there, we take corrective action immediately.
What a lovely chat, and congratulations, sir, on such incredible work to you and your wonderful team.
Thank you, Cyrus.
Thank you, sir. It's an incredible feeling sitting here on the rooftop looking at these solar panels. Together, they generate a significant amount of clean electricity, helping to shrink the plant's carbon footprint and therefore reducing its dependence on grid power. And for Tata Power's CNI segment, it's not just about a one-off project anymore. It is about creating a playbook that companies and industries across India are now beginning to follow. And for that, kudos to Tata Power Solar.
Tata Power. Sustainable is attainable.